Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Ryder Sigety. I'm a four-time now after this video national GNCC champion and an AmPro factory support off-road racer. Along with me, I'm here with my dad, Mike Sigety. Dad, say hello.
Hi guys.
So this race got off to a pretty good start. I mean, the last 3 races, I think it is, maybe even 4. I've been getting terrible starts. Not any fault to the bike, I haven't been practicing them enough. But right now I'm in like 3rd place and most of the pack is behind me. But directly behind me is Colton McCreary, one of my good friends and my second closest competitor this whole year. And directly in front of me, which you can't see right now, is Mason Sakanikas, and he is second in the points coming into this race.
Yeah, so Mason's in front of you or behind you?
Mason's in front of me.
Okay, and I'm not sure who is your biggest competitor. I'd say it's pretty equal between Colton and Mason. I mean, they're basically 2nd and 3rd in points the whole season.
Yeah.
So, coming into this race, you have won 3 GNCC championships, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, and coming into this race, well, obviously 2023, what's the point situation between you, Colton here, and Mason right in front of you?
Before we get any farther into that, I'm in 3rd place right now, Mason's in 2nd, and Colton's in 4th, and I'm pretty sure it was Clark. It was Hunter Carey in 1st, and Hunter is a really fast rider, but right now it felt like Mason, Colton, and I were all trying to get into the front of the pack, so that's why Colton is right on my butt and I'm right behind Mason. We're all really close together at this point in the race.
Now, doesn't Hunter do like a whole shot every GNCC?
Yeah, it feels like every race he gets like a 1st place whole shot. And this race I was like, oh, he didn't get a 1st place whole shot. And then I was watching the video back. I was like, wait, he just got different gear. He did get a 1st place whole shot.
And we're kind of just rolling with the back footage here, but we're gonna pan back to the start from the front camera, and you'll see something kind of interesting on the whole shot where somebody gets a little bit too hot on the throttle and just runs everybody, or at least Ryder, way outside. So stick around, that's a pretty cool shot. You'll see that coming up.
Yeah, definitely. But we were talking about the points, right?
Right. So this is the 2nd to last round. And what is the point situation in the series? Because like in the beginning of the year, everybody's racing for fun, everybody wants to win, everyone wants to get as many points as they can. But now,
right here, I made the pass on Mason. I was really happy, and then immediately after, I get passed by Colton, and then immediately after that, I get passed by Mason again. So as I'm riding, I'm like, what just happened? Because for a second there, I was like, yeah, I made it into 2nd, and then maybe 5 seconds later, I was like, no, I'm in 4th now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But coming into this race, the points pretty much made it so I had to get 4th place. And there was a little stipulation to that based on what place Mason Sakanikas got. But all I needed to know was that I needed to get 4th place or better. So that was just my goal, was to play it safe, not take chances, and to get in the top 4.
Yeah, now things might have been a little different if you didn't fracture your hip at the J-Day a few months ago and missed 2 rounds. So you kind of put you in a little bit of a point deficit. Oh, here we go. Here we're going to watch from the other point of view. Stick around here.
Yeah, so I get off, as you guys can see, to a pretty good start. And coming in the 1st corner, I try to cut it on the inside, but then the person to the right of me, I'll slow it down.
Watch his rear wheel go in the air. He's on it.
Yeah, he almost goes down, but the only thing that happens is you see his front wheel in the right corner. He pushed me really far outside, and it kind of messed up both of our whole shots, but I was still able to be in 3rd, which is good.
Right, so this is kind of the other video you saw a minute ago from a different perspective.
Yeah, let us know down below which perspective you guys like better too, because I think the back camera is cool, but sometimes it is cool to see the front camera, you know?
I feel like we've asked that like 9,000 times, but we do have some new viewers. So we always have new viewers. Everyone has new viewers. So new viewers, if you thought we had a little too much backwards camera, or if you like the mix of it, we'd be curious to know. And since we're talking about what you think, any comment that you can put on this video would be greatly appreciated, because it really helps Ryder out. The more comments is a big plus for him. And as we said in previous videos, he's running 2 GoPro cameras. So that's like $600 in cameras on him. He's bought all types of editing stuff, so any help greatly appreciated. One thing I did forget to mention too, that this is, you've been to Buckwheat a couple times, and this has got to be some of the best conditions they ever had. And wait till you see some of these rolling grass tracks they have there. This place is really awesome. And they actually do local series races here too, so some people are so lucky to have this awesome course to race on a local level. It really was nice looking.
Yeah, I think a lot of people thought this course was awesome. I mean, in years past, they had this this grass track that was always really, really slick, and it was hard to get through, because you couldn't get through it fast unless you were really good. And this year they came through there with the tiller, I guess it's called, and they tilled up the whole grass track, and it was so fun to ride through. It was just wide open, the whole track.
Now, they were saying that this track was technical not for the rocks or the roots, but because it was slick in the woods. Did you find it to be slick in the woods?
Yeah, I definitely thought in the woods it has some slick spots. So in a second, the camera gets a little muddy, but I wanted to leave this section in because I come in, see Hunter's in front of me, and I'm pretty sure Colton is, I can't figure it out, and so is Mason. I passed Hunter, I passed Mason, and I passed Colton, and I went from 4th to 1st in one straightaway, which I thought was pretty cool, but it definitely doesn't last for as long as I would have hoped, but the mud gets knocked off pretty soon. In a couple straightaways, Colton makes a really cool pass.
Now, who are these kids in front of you? You're in first.
These are the kids in YXC1 and YXC2 that they started in front of me, and I'm just passing them now. But here, I wipe the camera, and Colton gets around me, and look at how high he jumps in the air. It's crazy how high. I don't know. It was just a cool jump, actually.
Yeah. So we saw a couple lines that when we were walking around, and by the way, that was pretty cool. I probably watched that with you like 5 times. We saw a couple lines as we were biking the course, and what did I say to you when we saw those lines?
You just told me to be careful because you don't want me to risk it, especially being so close to the championship.
Yeah, so let's clarify that, right? We saw lines, they looked a little faster, they looked like an opportunity to make a pass, but all you needed was 4th place, and actually all you really needed was 5th place to wrap up the championship, right? So we looked at these lines and we said, what's the risk and what's the reward? And we just kept going over that all day. And oh my God, was I so nervous that something was going to go wrong. He's got 100 races on his Yamaha with 0 DNFs, mechanical DNFs. And even Saturday night, I was like, oh my God, did I forget to put oil in the transmission? Oh my God, did I tighten the axle? Like, I really just had every possible scenario running through my mind. So scary that we were going to have just a problem where all you really needed to do is just ride around the course and finish well. Not win, but finish well. And thank God you did. Congratulations, son. I'm really proud of you. So a little bit off topic. Oh, by the way, check out these awesome grass tracks. These are pretty cool. A little bit off topic from the races. We're working on some really cool how-to videos, how to do stuff that I think you're going to like. We're working on them now, and they should be released shortly. So please subscribe and check back the channel.
So right behind me is Mason Sakanikas, and I'm in front of him right now. Obviously, well, you can see, but he does catch up pretty good in this grass track section. Grass track's definitely not my strong point, and it gets pointed out right here. But I have a good lead on him now. But this grass track looks so cool in the backwards camera, especially with all the roost coming out of the back tire.
I don't know. I don't see you doing anything wrong here. Do you see something wrong?
Well, obviously I did something wrong because he made up a lot of time on it.
Yeah, so we talked about this yesterday, saying, do you think we should have run your top end pipe or your bottom end pipe, right? So your top end pipe, which would be our FMF pipe, would be a big advantage in this grass track, but your bottom end pipe's an advantage in the woods, so maybe you were a little weak on the top end.
Yeah, maybe. So there's not a ton of racing left for this year, but I'm definitely excited because next year we're gonna do National Enduros. And if you guys don't know what a National Enduro is, you should definitely check out those videos. But right here, Mason, it felt like he was all over me, and I look at this video, and he is. I made a little time on the straightaway, but I don't know. It's just he was about to make the pass, and I think he kind of knew it too. Coming into this corner, we take different lines. One line sets you up for the outside, one line sets you up for the inside, and you see cuts on the inside of me right there, and that was the last I think I was ever in front of him. But yeah, you guys should definitely check out some of my National Enduro videos. They're really interesting, I think, and I like the format a lot.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing some of those national enduros too. So, if you were ever considering doing a national series and trying to win a championship, and there's a big difference between trying to win the championship and just trying to go there and have fun and do the best that you can. And Ryder, why don't you tell some of your audience here what is some of the maintenance that goes on for kids or kids' parents that do GNCC?
Yeah, besides all the physical work and mental work that you have to do, just working on the bikes, there's so much. Especially if you're on a 105 or a Super Mini, more commonly known, is you have to redo your motor every race. A lot of the pros do, or a lot of the fast kids do. Clutches, really often. You can't risk that going bad at a race. You have to make sure you can find bibs, but it's really hard to find and put in good bibs for the mini bike tires. And there's plenty more too that I can't think of off the top of my head right now. It's a little embarrassing, but
That's okay. I'll go over some of that. And by the way, that's right, that a lot of kids are doing top ends every race. And how often do we have to do top ends on our bike, Shredder? Do you have any idea?
we do a top end anywhere from 15 to 20 hours usually on the race bikes.
Yeah, this bike you're racing today has never been opened up to motor. It's stock the way it came from Japan, and it can do almost the whole season on a stock 85. I'm not saying the other bikes can't go longer on the stock 85 motors, but once they start going to the big bores, it's a lot more maintenance. And it's not that they're ready to blow up or they're going to just die. You just can't take a chance if you're racing the entire national series. And some other things that we have to do is we change our brake pads and our brake rotors almost every race. Brake pads every race, rotors almost every race. We change our oil every race. We change our seat covers to moto seats every couple races. New tires every race. As a matter of fact, if you happen to follow me on Instagram or Facebook, we brought 4 new tires to this race with bibs in them, ready to go depending on whatever the condition was like. And to find bibs for 4 mini tires to make them fit right, that's like a day or 2 project right there. That's really, really terrible. Then you have to have a huge assortment of goggles for all different kinds of weather. And you have to leave a day or 2 earlier than you normally plan for, so you can have a day or 2 to pedal the course. Right, oh, that's right, Ryder. Sorry, he's pointing out. Don't forget to say we use Kenda tires, which we do. And by the way, here's some of our sponsors. But yeah, if you want, you can't just get there on Saturday, because if Saturday's an ugly day, that's not going to give you enough time to pre-ride the course and check everything out. The stress level is intense, even not only on you or your parents or the rider, but other people too. And then people start to act funny towards each other because everybody's on a super high stress level. It really is a lot of work. And then on the way out to this race, we had a blown tire. Ooh, there's a good battle going on here. Blown tire in the motorhome. This is your friend?
Yeah, I was just trying to get past one of my friends, Cam.
Oh, he ran you wide there.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted me to get past him for sure.
So anyway, yeah, we had a blown tire in the RV. And sometimes if not a lot of the roads we were riding on don't even have shoulders. You know, the depreciation of the motorhome, the RV, or the trailer, it is a huge expense. People say the average cost to chase a national series is $30,000, and that sounds about right for most people. We do have some help from sponsors, and we do have some of the best stuff out there, but it's still a lot of work. You just can't wait for failure. You just can't take a chance. You just got to replace everything.
So in the YXC, I raced in the 3rd row at GNCC, but there's actually a good battle going on in YXC1, the 1st row at GNCC. And this is mostly between 3 people, James Jenkins and Kenyon Richards and Ryan Amancio. James has been, from what I know, pretty consistent all year, and Kenyon and Ryan have been on and off. But coming into this last round, it was really close with all of them. Or not this last round, there's one more round after this, but there's 2 rounds left, and it was really close with all 3. And there's rumors before the race, and there's been rumors before. I don't know who made them, but there's been a lot of rumors that Canyon or Ryan or one of the top three isn't racing for any specific reason. They got hurt. They're not allowed to because of an AMA rule. But this time, it was that Canyon broke his arm, and I didn't know if there was fruition to that or not. But the morning of the race, Canyon wasn't there, and I don't know what was going through Ryan and James' head, but that must have been a lot going through their head when the rumor was not a rumor, and they saw that the morning of the race. It must have been a lot of pressure for them, and they wouldn't know what to even think about. But it's so dangerous. Like, he was so close to winning the championship or possibly winning the championship, and he got hurt, which is something that could have happened to me or could have happened to anyone. So the last couple of weeks, we've just been taking it really easy and just trying to keep me as healthy as I can. And remember when Mason passed me? He just passed me. That was just a different angle. This is the front angle.
So when you say we've been taking it easy, why don't you explain to your audience what that means by taking it easy?
Yeah, we haven't been really racing that much or even riding intensely that much. We've just been laid back, just making sure that I'm as safe as possible.
Right. So you're still working out every day, right? And what happened? What is this?
Yeah, right in the middle of the turn, there was a stump. And I know Austin Sakanikas saw that because he was trying to push us away from it. But it was just scary because he said that some kid hit the stump and got really hurt. And right in the middle of the turn, too. I don't know. It just felt like the whole track was pushing you into that stump.
Yeah, in off-road racing, one of the most common injuries is to the feet, right? And that was jamming people's feet between the bike and the side of the hills. That was nice of Austin to be out there. He's out for the rest of the season with injury, too. And even myself, I've pushed my toenails through the other side of my toes so many times. People look at my feet and go, "What is wrong with your feet? You got to see a doctor," but they just look like that now. I've broken my ankle. Ooh, that kid's down. Broken my metatarsals twice. Feet injuries are super common here. That's why you got to have a quality boot. And that little stump sticking out on the side of the trail in the berm is all it takes to take you out. So I'm not sure if I agree with your assessment of the Canyon Richards, Ryan Amancio, James Jenkins points battle. So I'll just not say you're wrong, just give you my opinion on it, two people talking. It seems like that the series has come down mostly between Ryan and Canyon. They've won the most races, but they've also had some of the worst finishes either. James has definitely won at least one race, but and we're talking about in the front row here, so that's why we're kind of talking about them. Oh wait, now is that Braden Baisley?
Yeah, that's one of my former competitors, and I don't think he has some good days and some bad days, and I don't know if today was one of his best days, but he started in the row ahead of me, and I was just able to pass him right there.
Now, when you say one of your former competitors, what do you mean by that?
We actually battled last year for 2 years ago. I think it was. I forget which year it was.
2 years.
2 years ago for the 85 12-13 championship.
And how did that go?
It was pretty close, but I ended up finishing off the championship in first.
And what's happening here?
We're just checking to see if I needed any gas, which I didn't, so we didn't have to pit, and I was back on the track. But Braden actually almost passed me back there. So I don't know if it would have been a huge problem, but I definitely was scared about it.
So back to the battle for the front row championship. So coming into this, it kind of looked to me, and I didn't do all the points, that it was really between Ryan and Canyon. Unless something happens to Ryan and Canyon, then it could, or like something bad happens during the race or an injury, then it's James. But here it is, 2 races before the season's over, and the week before this event, the kid breaks his arm. How terrible is that? And oh my God, was that going through my mind for Ryder the week or 2 and 3 and 4 leading up to this? We'd go to a race, and there'd be a race on Saturday and Sunday, and I'd only let him race Saturday. We'd go into the woods, and instead of doing 3 20-minute motos or 5, we'll do 3. Instead of 3, we'll do 2. Because it's so easy for things to go wrong at the last minute. It's just got to take it easy. But I think taking it easy kind of hurts you a little bit with your speed, but you got the job done, so that's what it takes.
I just wanted to say the reason I disagreed with you about the assessment I made the fact that James Jenkins is a runner-up, I thought was because with the road race, I'm pretty sure he's tied with Ryan now going into the last round. And although he didn't win a lot of races, he's still up there in the points because of how consistent he was, where others weren't as consistent. So he's able to just have as many points as they did.
That's a good point. So I don't recall the points, but it is a good point. But yeah, how does a champion how does someone become a champion? Is it who wins the most races? Who's on the podium the most time? Who's the fastest? Who's the most prepared? Who's the luckiest? It's tough. There's so much that goes into this. So much. Oh, and by the way, my friend John Robbins has a very good expression that someone taught him, and I'm going to tell you. He says to race a national series, it's basically the 30-30 rule. I remembered the 30,000 part, but the other, it's $30,000 and it's 30,000 miles. And that is absolutely true. Google tracks our phone and how much driving we do. And last year, how much driving did it say we did, Ryder?
I'm pretty sure it said we did 1.8 times around the globe.
That's absolutely right. We circled the globe 1.8 times. And most of that is in a motorhome at barely 7 miles to the gallon. So we're getting near the end of the video here, and then at the end there'll be the podium speech if you care. I know some of our sponsors want to hear that. But this is going to be our last GNCC video of the year, so I figured I'd just tell you a funny little story on how we got involved in GNCC. Back in, I think it was 2020, we were doing a regional series called the AMA East, and I'm sorry if I told you this story already, but we went down to South Carolina to do a Mid-East race. And at that time, Ryder was on a 65, and he was pretty dominant. Like, we would go to local series, and there wasn't all over in the regional, and there really wasn't any competition. And at the Mid-East, he had a 1 hour, I think it was an hour and a half long battle. And if you check it out, it's a pretty good video if you just search Ryder's channel for Mid-East. Though we weren't doing nearly the editing back then that we do now. And he had an hour-long battle with a kid, and it was an amazing battle, because normally kids don't even battle that long. And Ryder barely won. And at the end of the race, people told us that that kid is the GNCC points leader. He trains all week, every day, at a training facility. And at that time, we didn't know anything about nationals. I'm like, no one trains every day. That's crazy. And sure enough, it was true. And sure enough, we decided to jump and do the GNCC series. And the only way Ryder could win that series was basically he had to beat the other kids since he missed 3 or 4 of them running almost every race. And again, the other kid got injured, and Ryder did really well, and that's how we got involved in our first GNCC series.
So ending this GNCC season was, I guess it was a big thing for me, because the last 4 years racing for the AmPro team was just like, it's like a dream come true. I mean, 4.5 years ago, if you would have asked me if I even had a chance in GNCC, I probably would have just laughed. But it's been so fun being even able to associate myself with the people on the team. Just like is another level that I didn't think I could ever get to. And at one point, or most of those 4 years, being the only kid ever or the youngest kid to ever be on the Yamaha team. But I think this year they got a PW50 kid. It's just been like a dream come true, or it is a dream come true. And I'm having so much fun on the Yamaha team. But I hope you guys enjoy these videos, and they're definitely gonna keep coming. And I just want to say bye, everyone. Don't forget to watch the podium speech. I just want to play this video until I go until I go fist bump Colton, who got the win on the day. And I just want to say bye, guys. Thank you for watching another video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye. Thanks again for watching.
What a race it was. You got the big smile on the face. How you feeling?
I definitely feel good about the season. Not the best about the race, but it's really overlooked at this point. I had a pretty good start compared to my last couple races. Came out in like second or third, then went back and forth a lot first lap, and kind of rode most of the race in third. Finished in third, but was able to wrap up the championship, which was really the main goal. And I just tried to ride safe and play my role.
Talk about how difficult that is. Some riders say, when I can't push as hard as I can, when I gotta be a little conservative because there's a big picture on the line, it's almost more difficult? Were you feeling the pressure of the situation, or was it just business as usual?
I definitely felt that, but I'm not saying that I wasn't going fast the whole time. I mean, I was pushing, but the guys out there, they were also going really fast, so props to them.
Absolutely, man. I love to hear it. Congratulations on wrapping up the season. Who do you need to thank for helping you out?
My dad, AmPro, Yamaha Racing, Moose, Kenda, Recluse, FMF Pipes, Nihilo, Weisco, Factory Connection, Wheelworks, Scott Goggles, Sycra, VP, Mika Metals, DT1, Maxima, Alco, Randy Hawkins, and Donnie Lewis from Yamaha, along with Jason Rains, and IMS, EBC, Core, and Regina.
There you go, guys. Ryder riding away, putting on the #1. That's what it's all about. Thinking big picture out there.